Well, greetings everybody. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to play my version of Billy Idol's Eyes Without a Face. Classic tune from my freshman year of high school, and I put my own little twist on it. I'm playing my 2022 J45 today, and I got the capo on the 3rd fret. I'm in standard tuning. Now, what I love being able to show you is this cool jazz chord that a guitar teacher once shared with me, and it's become my go-to for sort of that jazzy G major, or really any major sound. So here's your standard G chord. Now listen to the jazzy G chord. And you can do that anywhere up and down the fretboard. So what is it? It is the first chord of this song, of course with the capo on the 3rd fret. You're going to put your index finger on the, and I'm going to call it from the nut, it is the 6th fret. You're going to put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string. You're going to put your pinky on the 7th fret of the G string, and then your middle finger right here goes on the 6th fret of the B string. And whenever possible, I just like to play the strings that my fingers are on to avoid any spurious notes. That means that I'm usually muting the A string with my index finger. Very versatile chord. All right, let me play a little bit of this tune for you. We're going to break it down into different parts, mainly verse, and then chorus, and then sort of the bridge. So. I'm all out of hope. One more bad break to bring the fall. Oh, when I'm far from home, don't call me on the phone to tell me you're alone. All right, there are four chords in that verse. The first is that sort of jazzy G that I just taught you. Next is a standard E minor. I don't really have to tell you how to make that chord, do I? This is, you know that one. You can look that up if you don't. This is it, obviously. And then you've got the B minor shape. Now note to self, this isn't really an E minor because I've got the capo on the 3rd fret. It's an E minor chord plus 3 half steps, which would make it to F sharp, G. So it's really like a G minor. But it's the E minor shape. I like to think in terms of shapes. And next we've got the 3rd chord in the verse is a bar chord. It's a B minor shape, that is. And then finally your D7 shape. Of course, you can move the capo up or down, whether your voice is higher or lower than mine. I always use a capo to try to get it right smack into the middle of my vocal range, which I did in this case. I wish I could teach you the strumming pattern more, but I don't really have the words to describe it. So I just kind of show it to you in a little slower, and hopefully you can just kind of copy it. I don't even know what I'm doing. I just try to make it sound good. Just kind of jazzy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that helps. I wish I had a better way to teach that to you, but I trust that you'll find something that works for you. As always, the goal is to do something that just sounds good, not that's right. Of course, this is nothing like the original song, and that's because my overarching view is that you just need to use your ear to create what sounds good to you, and that's what fun music making is. So next, we are on the chorus. The chorus has the vocalist in the background saying some French word, les yeux sans visage. I had no idea until I went in and looked at the lyrics and chords for this song that that's what was going on. But it's les yeux sans visage, which is French for, I believe, eyes without a face. Les yeux, eyes, sans, without, visage, face. And so they're going, Les yeux sans visage, les yeux sans visage, eyes without a face, yeux sans visage, your eyes without a face. All right, that part of the chorus, I'm doing kind of a different, an unusual C chord here. This is your standard C. And what I often like to do is to do a C with a little bit of G thrown in. Again, this is the C shape, but it's not really a C chord because I've got the capo on the 3rd fret. So to make this chord, all you're doing is adding in this note right here. So I'll just call it out. You've got your ring finger on the 6th fret of the low E string. You got your pinky on the 6th fret of the A string. You've got your middle finger on the 5th fret of the D string, and then your index finger is on the 4th fret of the B string. And then that's a C shape, and I just slide it up 2 frets to get a D sound. I don't even know the name of this chord, it just sounds good to me, and I know it resembles a D. So when I see a D on a chord chart, I just try this chord out if it's near the C. Les yeux sans visage, your eyes without a face. So that's how you do that part of the chorus. But then he eventually, on the last one, les yeux sans visage, your eyes without a face, got no human grace, your eyes without a face, 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 with a little echo there. And those are just 2 chords. Got eyes without a face, that's an A minor 7 shape, which is basically an A minor, but you lift your ring finger. Eyes without a face, got no human grace, that's the B minor again, B minor shape. Your eyes without a face, and then you're back to your kind of G, jazzy G chord that I taught you at the beginning. And before I forget, I want to tell you that I put a free chord chart in my Patreon. It's available for free to anyone. I don't know if you've got to join my Patreon to do it. Let me know. I think I set it up so you can just go there and download the chord chart. The link is in my profile, so check that out. And I'll be uploading more chord charts as time goes on, because I'm transitioning to not just being a guy who does covers on the internet, but also does covers and helps you learn how to play these songs, at least the way that I play them. All right, and finally we get to the really cool, what makes this song so cool and weird is that he goes from these sort of jazzy chords and French lyrics to actually almost like a rap where he's talking in this song. It's so bizarre to think that these factors contributed to a hit song is kind of mind-boggling, because it didn't fit in any formula, but it works and it's awesome. So he's eventually going into this. I'm on a bus on a psychedelic trip, reading murder books, trying to stay here, thinking of you, you're out there, so say your prayers, say your prayers, say your prayers. To do that, he's doing a, we've got a G shape, and I'd use a bar chord, but I suppose you could choose your standard G chord. And then he's just going to an F shape. It's just a whole step down. On a bus, on a psychedelic trip, and then down to the F. Reading murder books and trying to stay here. And he just alternates back and forth during that spoken part, which you'll find the lyrics to that in my on the chord sheet. And then at the very end of on the last G shape of that spoken part, say your prayers, I go back to that sort of jazzy G shape, and then go through the chords of the verse again. This has been me, Cash Stevens, doing my version of Eyes Without a Face for you to help you learn and play it. I hope it was helpful. And yeah, that's that. check out the chord sheet, and I'll see you down the road. Bye.